Hey there everyone, JCB Paradox here, or Jared from All Circles Media, and I'm here today with the lovely...
Hi, I'm Megan, also known as Classy in CLE, or Classy in CLE _art.
Now, Megan is an artist that I met at a show that I went to on a scouting job at a Masonic temple, which was pretty dope.
Oh, you were working?
Yeah.
Oh. What were you working?
I got invited there by Liz for her release.
Okay,
when I'm out at venues, if they're like a decent venue, sometimes I'll check in with the staff to see if they do what their booking is, or if I meet people there, I network like Advertiser Studio.
Hey, that's awesome. I'm sorry I interrupted you.
No, you're fine.
Okay.
So let's start with tell us a little bit about yourself. What is it that you do specifically?
Okay, so my name's Megan. I am a proud Clevelander. I'm one of those boomerang kids that moved away and came back. I'm a proud cat mom to Meowington and Kitty Gaga. And I do have a 9-to-5. It's event planner, but I am strictly work from home. And I'll tell you why in a minute. But I am also an artist. I do painting with crystals mixed into the paint, and sometimes it's black light reactive with hidden messages in there. And I've been vending out at couple concerts, couple shows here and there. It's been a lot of fun.
Now, is this something that you just recently got into, or have you, as far as selling or marketing your artwork, or is it something you've been doing for
as far as
years?
marketing, so it's kind of a story. We're talking to talk now, right? So I don't think that you mind that I tell it. So pre-Pandy, Meg, she was a lot of fun. She was always going to concerts, partying it up. I was an event planner, like I said. I was planning big parties for our employees of our life insurance company. And it was a lot of fun. But the pandemic hit me kind of hard because in August of 2022, I got COVID that tried to take me out. Probably should have been hospitalized, but I wanted to look after Meowington and Kitty Gaga and put myself second. You know, it was like that mom guilt. So I wasn't hospitalized, but it did take me 5 months to recover. So I got long COVID and had to go to speech therapy for 4 months.
Oh my God,
I didn't know what day it was. I couldn't do normal basic tasks like grocery shopping. Yeah, it mostly messed with my head the most. It also gave me some lung and gut issues, but the biggest thing was they call it brain fog, I think, which is a very nice way to put it. I did really silly things too, and my speech therapist confirmed that I guess this is a common thing, where you try to start your car with a credit card, or instead of putting your dishes in the sink, you would put them in the dishwasher.
Maybe I should check into that. I already do that anyways.
It's very weird. No, I get also. Well, I recently learned 2 weeks ago that one of the symptoms of long COVID and also early Parkinson's is acting out your dreams, which I've been doing a lot of that lately. So this is wild, because I feel like it affects your whole consciousness, and we can get into that. It's a whole nother rabbit hole. I have to talk about how I started painting first. So I got mad, right? I got mad at the world. I got mad at existing, because how the hell am I supposed to live my life as an event planner and a party girl and not be around people? That doesn't make any sense. I have to be very careful going forward. They don't know if it's going to try and take me out again. They don't know if I'm going to be fine. They don't know if I'm going to be a vegetable. They have no idea. There's reports now saying that people are having early Parkinson's complications, symptoms. So who knows? So I just started painting like a mad woman because I was mad at the world, and that was just my outlet. And
you
then
channel all your frustration to something that you like doing.
Yes. And I went out for New Year's to go see my friend. She was working a gig. She makes and sells her own jewelry, and I saw her vending, and I was like, oh my God. I was there with my glasses and I was all masked up, typical rave type event, whatever. And I noticed, I'm like, well, there's a loophole here. if I sit at this table, I'm already distanced from everybody. And then if it's a rave, I dress like a weirdo, where I wear like a unicorn head, an inflatable unicorn costume, a robot head, whatever. Nobody cares. Most artists are crazy anyways. So that's how I got into vending. I only started doing my first vending gig at the end of January.
So you just started doing
Yes. Yes. But it's been a lot of fun, and I've been working on like trying to diversify my audience, doing different things at different venues. So we'll see.
I fully get that. This is for me going to be my year to finally start doing that shit too. Because like this whole interview thing that we're doing, this is something that I like pitched the idea for. Like all this is sort of my original stuff, but I just recently got into doing this professionally just last November.
Yeah, that's
and it's
awesome.
something that like when I was like younger, like just out of high school, it's like, you know what, I want to be a YouTuber. I want to like sell artwork. I want to be a like designer, a voice actor. I want to do all these cool things. And so I did it, but trying to do all that stuff by yourself on your own, it's capable, but with the way things are now, it's damn near impossible to get any kind of platform or traction unless you know people, or you have something so unique about yourself, or you go viral that
you actually got a network and all that. It takes a lot of discipline too, right? Because like I'm doing good, but I'm not doing like quit your day job good. Like
it's a balancing act.
Yeah,
you do too much, you burn out, you don't want to do it. You do too little, you feel like you're not doing enough, then you get depressed.
Yes.
You gotta find a nice happy medium. I just went through a month where I just stopped completely because I just was doing too much.
Something in the air, I'm telling you. Yeah, I mean, and it's a lot, and like, I don't think that people realize it's like, okay, I could sit there and I could paint all day. Fun. Cool. But then it's like, I have to go out and I have to look for events that I want to work, you know, and then I have to consider, which I've been enlightened to recently, if this is my target audience or not, because the fine art crowd doesn't really understand the blacklight Furby paintings as well as the EDM crowd does.
Art is subjective.
I know, but the gray-haired yuppies didn't like it so much. Wasn't my target audience, you know. I just got it. It's something to keep in mind, to consider, you know. And then you think about social media and promotion and where do you want to go next, and you have to think about your career like chess. What do you want to do next? What do you need to do to get there? It's a lot, man. It's a lot.
Especially if you're just by yourself. Like, are you the only one? Do you have people that help you?
No, it's just me.
It's just all you?
Yeah, it's just me. Every now and again I've had like I think the event that I was at with you, like my friend just offered to go, because I get like a +1 sometimes when I go.
Is that who I saw you with there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So she's like, yeah, I don't care, I'll help you, blah, 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 whatever. I'm like, okay, that's cool. But like, I appreciate the help, but like, do you remember like in elementary school when like, there was like kids, there's just a certain amount of kids that like, they always like stuff their book bags full of garbage like to and from school, but like they like still functioned, and it didn't, there was no rhyme or reason, it made no sense, like, but it was entertaining to kind of watch from a third point of view.
I just call it controlled chaos.
Yeah, well that's what my vending looks like. So it's like when somebody steps in and is like, where do you want this? I'm like, I don't know, let me throw it anywhere. Like, I don't know.
Just set it somewhere and I'll figure it out. Give me like 20 minutes.
You just sit there and look pretty. I will do it all on my own. That's the other thing too, is when you get big enough, you gotta learn how to delegate.
The ones that always got me are the people that'll have like piles of clothes, yet they still know exactly what they're looking for. After like 2 seconds, just like, got it.
Oh yes.
It's like, how in the world? Like,
oh, like vendors or whatever? Whoa. Yeah, that's crazy. I wanna get into clothes. I started a little bit, but again, gravitate more towards the painting because it's whatever, but I want to get into like painting them and upcycling them and getting away from so much waste.
You seem to be making a good start. You told me a while ago that you don't really get noticed. Like,
don't get noticed.
Like, do people not like bother to come up to your stalls when you vend, or do you just like get like a few amounts of people, or is it more of a public image? Like, you're not really well known on socials. Unless you were referring to something else.
Yeah, I don't know what the context was. Sometimes because I do stay fully masked at all of the events, there's some people that are intimidated by my look. Those are usually the people that are lost in the sauce.
Yeah.
You know, don't look in a mirror.
That's why I'm
that
just
whole
like, hey,
thing. don't look in a mirror. So then they see my face and it's a giant mirror. Oh, look at me, that's gonna get you.
Wait, what am I doing over there? I'm right here.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah. Oh my God. Oh, I have these cuties. First of all, everybody who comes up to my booth is like cute as hell. I don't care who you are, what you do, you're friggin' cute. But I had these cuties come up to me and they wanted to try on the sunglasses, and this was like, I didn't think like, oh, you gotta have a mirror there. So that way they know what they're looking at when they try on the sunglasses that I make. And I was like, oh, I got a mirror on my face. Showed it to them, and they were like, oh my gosh, can we take pictures in your mask? I was like, yeah, dude, go ahead. I don't care. Like,
It actually sounds like an awesome shot.
it was so cute. It was so cute. Oh my God. But yeah.
So you also said you're an event planner. So what type of events? Do you work for like a corporation that sets up like weddings and concerts?
Not quite like that. It's more so like recognition and words sometimes. That was another thing with the long COVID, is the words, they're just gone. So what I mostly do, my team works on events centered around recognition and communication for our internal employees. But I do, because I'm strictly work at home, I do like learning and development opportunities for our employees. So, yeah.
I didn't realize they actually had planners for that. I thought that was organized by like the companies themselves, or like.
Well, it is the company. Yeah.
So you do that for an
internal for the internals. Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
When I heard work from home, I figured like private contract work, but.
No, I mean, the thing was they were gonna make us go back actually to one of those buildings, and they did. They formulated a plan, and in the middle of all that, I went on medical leave for 4 or 5 months, and when I came back, my doctor was like, "Yeah, you can't, unless you want to mask and face shield every which way you go." You know what I mean? Like, it's just not, like, the risk just isn't worth it. If it's outside, I feel fine. The other thing is too, like, COVID's not a concern anymore. That's what the news said. Fine. I don't care which way it goes, but you know, when I show up in a mask and glasses, people kind of look at me funny, you know? I like the EDM scene, because it's like, well, obviously I love the music, but it's like, I feel like I can be myself.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
that's what I like about the EDM and rave culture.
Yeah.
Like, people think like, oh, it's just a fuck ton of drugs and all kinds of, like, no, it's actually,
no.
I consider it the postmodern hippie community. It's what the hippie community used to be back in the 60s, but now it's just rave culture instead of hippie culture.
It's like both,
modern
they
hippie
kind of go
culture is
together.
kind of the same.
How did you get into like EDM and...
EDM? So when I was younger, I had a friend in high school that was a big fan of like Daft Punk and Deadmau5. And I didn't know who the hell these people were. I'm like, what's a Deadmau5? What's a Daft Punk? And I saw him show up one day with a fully customized Deadmau5 helmet that actually glowed and shit.
Oh, hell yeah.
And I'm just like, that looks so cool. What are you doing? I'm going to see a concert. Well, so wait, EDM's music? And then he ended up sending me a bunch of tracks from Daft Punk and from Deadmau5, because that were his two favorite bands at the time.
So what's that, like 2008?
Yeah, he actually got to see their live concert in person up in Cleveland.
That's like my number one bucket list, and it kills me because they're not
separated last year. I fucking cried. I was hoping they would have went on at least one more.
That was my number one bucket list.
But I did get to see Deadmau5 last year in Buffalo.
Me too. I was there.
No shit.
Yeah, I was there. I was lost in the sauce, but I was there. Yeah.
Such a great show.
I was there. It was beautiful. Like, it kind of looked like Lake Erie situation. Oh, it was Lake Erie. It's the same lake. Who knew? But like the sun was setting, it was outside. Yeah, I was still within my window of immunity, so I was like, not all mentally there, but having a great time. So
Were you dressed up in like your like whole like face shield and everything?
I was not,
No?
not yet. No, I didn't start wearing a face shield because my doctors told me that there's a window of immunity. They used to think that it was 6 months where you could go after you were infected and not get it again, but now it's like, they told me back then 90 days. So once 90 days hit, like October, November, I started masking up. Yeah.
Since you did me, now it's time to do you. How did you discover electronic music?
Okay, so I am a little bit older than most people in the scene. I'm 36, and my friends when I was in high school used to go to like the OG underground raves. Like where you had
looks like a back alley, got a little red light outside.
Where they have like a flyer and you gotta call the number and figure out where it is. Like,
you're gonna look for this pinpoint by this location with this sign, with this statue across the street. You're gonna follow the statue 3 blocks that way to this other sign, and then if you hit the gas station, you got a little bit too far. You want to go back to find this door that looks like it has like a little bit of glow paint on it. It's not gonna be that door. It's the door right next to it.
Yeah.
Okay, you lost me at statue.
Oh my god. So they would bring me home like candy and like the mixtapes that like the DJs would hand out and stuff like that, which were just burned CDs that I'm sure took like 11 hours to put together. I was just like begging them, like, take me with you, like just take me with you. And back then it was called techno, and we got made fun of. Nobody listened to techno. There was no EDM. It was whatever was on the radio. It was rock, rap, country, pop. But
I guess Eminem was kind of right. Nobody listens to techno.
Oh, yeah. It was like right around the same time where he's like, yeah, because they called it techno. That was like, I'm going back to the days of like Daft Punk, obviously. Daft Punk, Homework.
We didn't really have much of a scene for electronica. Yeah.
Not until like 2012.
Yeah, because like most of it was like Europe, France, England.
Miami.
It surprises me that like how global it's gone. But I think it's because it's such an accessible form of music. You can combine it with pretty much any genre. It's actually it's dope.
And I mean the internet's what made it so accessible, which I think is why you see a bigger scene come right up with social media in like 2012 and that. Do you want to hear about how I met Skrillex?
You met Skrillex?
Yeah. Because it's like one of my favorite stories ever.
Gotta check our time here real quick. Alright, we got about 10 minutes, so shoot. That sounds awesome. Also, he's kind of making a comeback now, which I'm excited
about. He has 2 more albums coming out. 2 more on top of the 2 that he already just dropped upon us. Like, I felt like it was Christmas. I feel like the life's been pushed back into my body. Alright, so like we were saying before, there wasn't really like an EDM scene. Like before 2012, there was like a lot of indie stuff. Like this is probably around that time when like MGMT, Passion Pit, all those were hopping. And I was at the grog shop with my 2 sisters, and we were seeing a band called Inner Party System, and Inner Party System actually had a dude in it that I met a couple times, and he was super cool. We actually talked about Daft Punk. He now goes by Wookie. You know Wookie?
He goes by Wookie now?
Wookie. Yeah, so
really?
he was in that band, but he went by Wookie, so chatting it up with Wookie. But who opened for Inner Party System was like this 8-person like drum situation, and it was a bunch of short little dudes with like long black hair. They all looked alike. They all wore black t-shirts, and they did their thing. I recorded it on my Razor because I thought it was so cool, and whatever. So at the end of the show, Wookie, who's now Wookie now, who's Chris then, I said, Chris, where's the after party at? He said it's downstairs, the B-side. I was like, cool. Can my sisters come? They were like, no, they're under 21. So I hauled my tail back to the suburbs, dropped my sisters off, turned right back around, went back to the east side by myself. I'm like 21, and I walk downstairs. I know nobody, and this tiny little man, about yay high, comes up and he grabs me, and he goes, girl! And I'm like, I was like, what's up, my guy? And he was like, we need to go get a drink. I was like, let's do it. So walk up to the bar. He's like, what are we drinking? Well, obviously, Sparks. This story dates so much. Sparks. So he orders Sparks with his American Eagle Visa. And I know this because I worked at American Eagle at the time, and we used to like peddle those to poor suckers, like sign up for our credit card, da da da. So I was like, oh no, he got had. So anyways, you buy the Sparks, which are illegal now. And him and his dude keep trying to smoke cigarettes inside. And I was like, no dude, no. We just passed the smoking ban. Like, you can't do that here. Because back then, you could still smoke in places like New York and Chicago and stuff like that, but here you couldn't anymore. And so he almost got kicked out. On the way of almost getting kicked out, walks up to a table with a bunch of drinks that were all set down by people who no longer wanted them. He picks them up and proceeds to pour them all into one cup. All of the remaining liquids and remnants.
Who wants to drink the mystery alcohol?
Mystery drinks. And he takes the biggest swig I've ever seen in my life. And I was like, whoa. And he puts it in my face, he goes, try it, it's water. I was like, that's not water, honey bunny. I'm like, let's get you outside and get you some fresh air. So I took him outside because I was worried about the little guy, right? Like, anyway, took him upstairs, whatever. He starts chasing some dude down the street wearing a Cookie Monster shirt, and like that was it. That was the last I saw of him that night. But I never forgot him, right? Because he held such a special place in my heart, and he kind of looked like a girl that I went to high school with, so I didn't ever really forget him. And then like a year later, he was like Skrillex, and I was like, hey. Told all my friends, I was like, that's that guy that I told you that crazy story about.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Wow.
So that's part of the reason why I like him so much. I mean, obviously puts out banger after banger after banger, but
that's fucking wild.
Yes. But pre-Pandy Meg, she was a lot more fun. She would go out like by herself a lot and like do dumb shit just to do dumb shit. Like, I was on a billboard once welcoming people to Cleveland.
Sounds like about half of our crew.
Yeah. But like solo journeys, like whatever. I met Skrillex the one time. I broke into backstage at the Winchester. This was right before the pandemic happened. I broke into backstage at the Winchester so I could rap for Future Primitive. Why not?
How are you with like rapping and like freestyle?
Oh,
would you say you're like proficient? Like,
that's
good?
another one. I won $5,000 for rapping about McDonald's French fries in 2007 when $5,000 meant something. But yeah, that's what I'm saying. I would just do. So this is the next. I was like, oh my God, I have long COVID. I'm high risk. How am I gonna do dumb shit anymore? Loopholes. Yeah. No, rapping's cool. I went to a rap motel party a couple times. Those were fun.
We actually have a Monday show. Well, we keep tooling around
yeah,
with everything. We
about
actually have a Monday show. I don't know if it's still on Monday, but it's like a rap freestyle thing. So like we'll have people that are either established artists.
But they have to be. They have to freestyle. Just off.
Yeah, because we do a segment where we have our producer play some of like our in-house beats.
Whoa.
And then we'll usually set up like one of our main guys. His name he goes by Master Puff. And then interchangeably one of our other crew members will come in and sit down, and it will spend like maybe like 20-30 minutes just going back and forth on
Damn. I don't think that I could freestyle that whole thing with trying to think of words. I'll get ya. Yeah. Oh, but I remembered what I was telling you before we turned on the camera. So the glitter from my business cards comes off, and it gets stuck in my vein.
Yeah, it's all over my bag.
Oh, it's all over your bag.
Car,
I was told by a venue that I'm not allowed to have them there anymore. So sorry to anybody that I upset with my glitter business
cards.
cards.
You just seal them with polyurethane, like a light coat of polyurethane, something to just like cover them so that they're not falling apart, but still kind of there. That or Mod Podge, something that's not gonna let like it all like go everywhere.
Well,
I don't know, table.
Yeah, I don't know. I'll think about it.
But speaking
hand them in a plastic bag to people. Here you go.
We got about 2 minutes, so
okay.
Adam, go ahead and like cut right about here and splice it with the next video, and I'll see you when I get to the studio on Friday or whenever you want me to come in to bring this stuff back to you. We are hot.
The next big thing that I'm vending to is like the Mulberry Arts Fest. Have you heard of that?
Is that up here?
Yeah.
It sounds familiar.
Yeah. I feel like it's like every.
Hosted by the art museum? Or
no.
It's a local festival.
It's hosted by a local tattoo artist from 252 Tattoo.
Really?
And it's like a tattoo arts music festival, and I feel like there's a bunch of EDM DJs, but then there's like a couple jam bands, but then there's like, yeah, I don't know. I hope it's gonna be good. We'll see. It's gonna be fun. A lot of people.
So with your artwork and everything you're doing right now, what goal do you like? What is your main goal? What is your like reason for wanting to do this? To get noticed? Do you want to like have an impact on people? Do you want to like just like have a platform?
I don't think that I can. Can we rephrase that question in a different way? Because my actual answer I can't say on the internet. I want to quit my day job.
We can cut that, but okay. So, what do you see?
Maybe what message do you want to send?
Yes.
Yeah. So the message that I would like to send is that I feel like I'm somebody that's like had a lot richer life experiences than most people. I like interact with a lot of like weird experiences, and I feel like the reason God, universe, whatever put me in this position is because I never shut the fuck up. So you know, I can be a voice for people that may not necessarily like have one. Like that's really ideally. Like I would like to be a voice for people who suffered from long COVID or had serious COVID cases. I would like to be, you know, obviously there's like the Me Too movement. You know, I am a woman of color, different things like that. But I think I'm ultimately on this earth to share stories and also make people laugh, because most of my paintings are funny. I'm not sure if you've seen the funny ones. You picked a more serious kind of...
Yeah, funny story about that too. I ran into her at a show because I was checking out a few of the vendor stalls, since I'm trying to do like a mini series that you guys might see in the near future, where I give like different people sort of a like spotlight each month, or every like twice a month. But we just went on a tour. You guys are probably familiar. We called it the I'm an Artist tour, The very first thing I noticed when I walked in that room, like I felt pulled to it, was like a little canvas that said, "I'm an artist." And I'm just like, okay, cool. I have to find the person that owns this stall and get this, because it's just too coincidental, too perfect.
And then it has a heart on the sleeve, and at the bottom it says, "We know," because that's just how we roll. We know. It just tickles me to death when people get my jokes, because they're for a very niche audience. You know, one of my personal favorites is, have you ever considered the secret geometry of a Crunchwrap Supreme from Taco Bell?
I actually asked one of my friends that question the other day.
Yes,
Just
so good. Yeah, so good. The other one, good grief. Are you familiar with like true crime, Cleveland true crime? Okay, so I have one that says it's not 6 degrees to Kevin Bacon. Cleveland, we're so small. It's not 6 degrees to Kevin Bacon, it's 2 degrees to Danny Green, which is so true. Everybody has a story, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah. We're not going to go into mine.
You want to spread a good message for people.
Yes.
That you feel like don't have much of a voice.
Yes.
I kind of have the same goal, but a different track. I like to share like support, positivity. While it's not my end goal, I practice shamanism, but it's because it allows me to operate as a healer and a teacher. Mm-hmm. But that's because my end goal is eventually to be some type of therapist or counselor or...
What exactly is a shaman?
So a shaman is a very broad term. It exists in every culture. They're usually like the medicine men of the African tribes, or they're the witch doctors of the voodoo tribes, or they're the medicine people of like native tribes, the Celtic priestesses. It's basically a person that, like, by definition, you go out and experience life, you learn how to heal yourself.
Yes.
And you use those lessons to help other people learn on their own.
Yes.
So heal or grow.
Yes. So there's no like specific like training or anything that you have to have. No. Per se, I'm like Reiki.
You could be a Buddhist shaman. You could be a Christian shaman.
But all you have to do to be a shaman is say, "I'm a shaman."
Yes and no.
And also
you do
heal
have an undertaking of responsibility to not mislead people or give people bad advice.
Oh, yeah. Be a good human. Yeah.
But also, like, while you don't necessarily operate as a doctor, I offer practical solutions to like small like medical or physical problems.
Oh,
but
that's awesome.
I also work in tandem with doing research into like counselors and therapists and psychotherapists and pharmacists. If I need to recommend someone to go to like a counselor or to get like medical care, I'm a big advocate for that. But the way I operate individually as a shaman, I work the same way I would work if I was an actual licensed therapist.
No, that's cool. I like that. I feel like I went through the ringer. The last 3 years just being alone in my apartment by myself, like healing all that stuff that like I'd been avoiding. But now I feel like, oh God, finally I can breathe again. Like that gets heavy sometimes. I know somebody good that you could probably interview that you would be really interested in. Yeah, now that I think about it. You can cut that out.
Do you feel that if the COVID thing didn't happen, you'd be on a different life trajectory?
Oh, for sure. I was gonna have the highlight of my career in 2020, like for my day job, for sure. We had a big anniversary coming up, and they pulled me aside at the beginning of the year and they said, "Hey, we got a big anniversary coming up. We want you to throw a party. Here, make sure it's within this budget." I'm like, what? Like I'm a hippie. I don't know how to throw a corporate party. What do you? Why did you spring this on me? This is silly. So I found out that there was a group of people that were going to the corporate headquarters party, and at the corporate headquarters party, Journey was going to be playing. There was a lot of people very upset that they weren't going to see Journey, and I said, well, we're going to get a Journey cover band. And I was just kidding. And they loved it.
That is within our budget.
And I had it all set up. It was going to be a Journey cover band, loaded mac and cheese bar just for funsies, like, you know, at like a concert venue in Cleveland, like, and like I remember we submitted the request for approval on March 9th. And we got sent home March 10th. Yeah. Yeah, no, who knows? Who knows where I'd be? Definitely not making art. Definitely not.
You know what? I just go with the fact that the universe always has a plan.
Yeah, it needed to happen.
Even if it means you just went through some horrible shit. I spent 3 years not knowing what I want to do with my life. Almost gave up on a lot of things.
Yeah.
And then out of nowhere, when I thought that, like, you know what, everything's just pointless. Now I'm doing this.
Existentialism. Yes.
Like, met a bunch of new people.
Yes.
I'm a healthier person.
Yes.
It's weird.
Yes.
But if I'd never thought I'd be where I am right now doing stuff like this. I just thought I'd be like a regular worker or some passive like artist on the internet or just some random content creator just doing stuff for fun for me.
And I think that when it's something that's like meant to be for you, like it's like destined for you, to, however corny that sounds, like the opportunities make themselves available.
You can feel it.
So yeah, that too. Like it's just very easy. Things just click. It's nice to not be swimming upstream for once. Are you into astrology?
Yes.
Sweet.
So I'm a Leo
Uh-huh.
and a Gemini with a Taurus rising. So I come off as balanced, but I'm a very excitable and energetic conversationalist while also being, I guess, kind of a leader. Though my
Wait,
definition...
What'd you say, Leo, Gemini, what?
Leo, Gemini, Taurus.
Oh, okay. So
The
fire,
whole Leo
air,
thing, though,
Uh-huh.
the way I look at it, it's just a description of generalizations of personality types before we had a understanding of that.
Yes.
And my decision with that is, like, I kind of realized I do fit the Leo category. I am kind of a leader. I am charismatic. But I see all these shows and these movies where there's all these corrupt people and all these corrupt people in power that have the wrong idea of leadership. So I like the traditional form of leadership. Don't, like, be a part of the team. Don't be someone that's telling other people what they should be doing.
Amen.
Or shouldn't be doing.
Amen.
And that goes for every aspect of my life.
Yeah, no, for sure. Do you know about what? Hello, can I talk? Astrological current events? Like, are you familiar with America's Pluto return?
Yes and no.
Yes and no.
I do follow it occasionally, but that stuff has the tendency to drive me a little off the wall.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
That's only because it's the same thing with, like, trying to predict the future or trying to...
Oh, but it's so fun.
Trying to make important life decisions. You focus too much on the present.
Yeah.
You lose sight of the future.
Yeah.
Or you get trapped in that present that becomes the past.
Ooh. Nice.
There's a lot going on in the world right now that's fucking crazy.
So crazy.
People think that I ignore it. People think I don't care. The reality is I'm fully aware of it, but I can't control that, so why let those things rule my life?
You don't let it affect you.
Yeah, and I can also apply that to astrology, or, like, I'm a tarot reader. I can also apply that to cards.
Okay.
You can allow it to be a guide stone, but don't make it a self-fulfilling prophecy. Don't make all the, like, negativity or things that are surrounding you a a dictation of how you should be or how you should carry yourself.
Yeah, that's
Still
fair.
be yourself. Still be
That's
free.
fair.
Still do what you feel you should be doing.
Yeah. I also feel like if it might benefit some people or yourself, whatever, if you are even more yourself. If it helps you be even more yourself, if that makes sense.
People that lose sight of who they really are, or feel like they're trapped within a whole fake identity or persona, which I've met a few like that,
Yeah.
they're always unhappy.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I got caught in that trap for a while.
Yeah, same.
Once I broke out of it, like it's like my whole life changed. Like the way I feel about myself changed, the way I interact with people changed.
Yeah.
And it's amazing how much people get in their own way.
I was
because
gonna
of that.
say, like, you know, I was telling you earlier that I wanted to get into like clothes and like upcycling. It's because I have 2 bins at home full of work clothes from 2019 before, of like stuff that I would never wear now. Like, never. Like, and I think back on it and I'm like, was I like playing a character? Like, was that just my avatar at the time? Oh yes, Homeboy's back. Turned around.
Oh hell yeah!
Told you. Watch him.
I don't do well with heights, but that's one of the few things I can
Just
absolutely
wait,
do.
just watch him. Hopefully, keep this part. What's his name?
Adam,
Adam, keep
see
this
if you can
part.
pan in on this.
Keep this part because this dude's about to send it. Yeah, look at him go. Yeah. Uh-oh.
Can I just say, this is such a gorgeous view.
Yes, amen. Now these guys,
Give me one of those.
so these guys, they'll go all the way to like the Solstice Steps in Lakewood, which is like 4 miles away, and then turn around and then come back.
They can just catch the wind that long. That's
And they
crazy.
just go for like forever. But okay, he just wants to stay close to home.
This would be a bad day to fall in the water.
No, they're crazy. What other shows are you going to?
I haven't really built a roadmap yet for what I want to do this summer, but for me,
for you. I have like the rest of the year planned out.
thinking like maybe a few local festivals in Ohio. There's a Burning Man-like festival I was told about that's
Starwood?
that's up near Buffalo or up near
Oh.
New York. I forget what it's called though.
Not Starwood?
Maybe? I'm not sure. I'd have to hit up a few
Starwood's
of my
like a
friends
week
up there
long.
to find out.
Like in July. It's like
But there is
hardcore.
I know some of the people that operate the convention that I told you that I'm going to, which if this goes up before then, I'll see anyone that sees this at Colossal Con at the end of the month. But they have a program that they do out in Pennsylvania, or near Pennsylvania, out in the mountains, that's like them combined with Adult Swim's like studio and like production. One of my friends that's on our show got to meet the guy that does the voice of Frylock.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to get in on that for sure. I'm excited about Resonance because it's the last year.
This is their last year?
It is.
Wow.
Because they had so many problems with their venues. Just calling it quits.
I have to look into that.
Yeah, it's almost sold out. It's gonna be at
There's one
Nelson's.
down in out on the outskirts of Columbus I want to go to, but I
Secret
don't know if I can
Dreams?
afford it. I can't think of what it's called right now, but they're going to be headlining with Bone Thugs and Harmony
Oh.
and Prof.
Oh.
And I'm just like, Bone Thugs?
I did see
Really?
that. I did see
But I want to go so
that.
badly just because Bone Thugs. I haven't heard a damn thing about Bone Thugs in years.
Oh, I saw them back in 2019. They played at Mocha. Modern? No. Museum of Contemporary Art. It looks like a box of mirrors.
That is located...
It's in like the east side of Cleveland.
East side of Cleveland?
Yeah.
That would be
But
why.
it looks like just like a giant mirror box, but... Oh wait, there they go. Oh, is it a chick? No, it's not a chick. Oh, hold on. Let's see.
Can I get in it?
Hi.
Hi.
You got this.
I'm not screwing up your shot, am I?
No, not at all.
You're gonna be on the internet, bro.
You're gonna be on the internet. We're all on the
I know.
internet now. This is like so cool. What am I doing? Like, oh my god. Where'd my telephone go?
Oh, get back.
You can cut and edit whatever you want on this, Adam. Just go for it. Now you got the live version of one of the stock images on your camera.
Come on, buddy, do it again.
Go ahead and edit a little bit and cut ahead here. Alright, you guys are going to probably have a big cut there. So just had a little venture with the paraglider person we have going on behind us, which is dope as shit, by the way. And
You might
if
see
I
him
ever
again.
if I ever get the money, I might get one. Who knows? But anyways,
Don't say if, say when.
you know what? Yes, when.
Manifest.
Make it happen.
Yes.
So when I eventually become a paraglider,
Manifesting.
you guys can see me doing crazy stunts and shit on my channel. But do you have any other things you want to do with your artwork? Like, do you want to do more than just like painting and upselling like clothes? Like,
I want to do
like
a mural.
jewelry,
Oh, I got
or,
a
like,
gallery.
local
I
artworks?
got a gallery coming up in the fall, the first Saturday of October at Hatfields in West Park. That's pretty cool. There's going to be...
You said that's this Saturday?
No, the first Saturday in October.
First Saturday in October? All right. Go ahead and make a note to plug that at some point, Adam.
I'd like to do a mural. I want to do it all. I want to do a mural. I want to do like a residency, like bring it all to me. I already done a couple commissions. I would like to do like clothing commissions though. I think that would be really cool. Like the way your jeans are painted.
Yeah.
Like paint on jeans and stuff like that.
That'd be awesome, because these are just factory made. That'd be cool to be able to like make like actual real versions and stuff like this.
Yeah. Or like patchwork, like custom patchwork, like that would be super cool.
Well, when you start doing that, let me know. I've always wanted to get a patchwork cloak.
Oh, yes. It's on my list. I just keep like, the ADHD thing, right? Like, I was like organizing my clothes. I'm like, okay, these are gonna be bleach dyed. These are gonna be painted on. These are gonna be, ooh, something shiny. Like, and it's like, wait a minute. You gotta finish one thing before you move on to the next one. My therapist told me that. That was like the best thing she ever told me.
I've had so many people tell me that. Still damn near impossible.
Apparently that's the secret. Yeah. It's crazy.
Pick a focus, even if it sucks. Try to power through it. If you have to step back, do something else. But once you feel calm, go immediately back to it.
I'm thinking about queso right now. Anyway.
got that moolah moolah. Hey. Shit.
I wanna. I feel like if I could, I'm entered into a couple contests right now. I feel like if I could, we'll see where those go. We'll see where they go. See where they go. If it's meant
So-
to be, it'll be.
What is your favorite part about doing stuff like this? What do you enjoy the most about it?
The community.
The communities?
I mean, yeah. I mean, I like creating. I like being able to get my name out there. But the community are just full of little angel baby sweethearts. Like, from everybody who buys my art, like, and I get it, that's biased, whatever, but the art community is like, there is no gatekeeping whatsoever. They're like, oh, you like to do this? Go here and talk to this person, tell them I sent you.
I know, this shit's amazing.
Yeah.
It's such a wonderful thing that like people say don't invest your time in the arts, but the art community and the music industry, at least the underground industries, are some of the dopest, most down-to-earth people, most of the time, that I've ever met in my life.
Yeah. Yeah.
Everybody
no.
does it. Most of the people I met do it because they absolutely just love doing it.
Yeah.
Half of them could care less about money,
Nope.
and it's just such a beautiful thing.
Yeah, if we could just move away from money as a whole, I think I would like to do that.
Just abolish the global debt. Everybody doesn't owe anybody shit.
Yeah.
Let's work together on this.
Yeah.
Hey, let's go for that someday in the future. Who knows?
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's the other thing that they do. When people are like, I was shocked, like the first day at the end of January, like when I did my booth for the first time, people were like bartering and trading with me, and I was like, wait a minute, what? And I was like, oh, that's actually kind of dope. And then, oh, listen to this. The last time I was at Temple, there was these girls next to me, and you want to know what they were hustling? Glitter.
Just straight up glitter.
Glitter. And I was like, oh, and I'm like, do you want to look at my business card? So I showed them my business card, and then I was like, oh, I want to buy one. And they were like, let's do a trade. And I had these like I bedazzle sunglasses, right? And I had this confetti. Is there profanity allowed on this?
We don't give a shit.
Well, there was this one pair of sunglasses that I made out of confetti that's shaped like dicks, and I couldn't bring them with me everywhere, and they were just becoming like an inconvenience, like because I wanted them, and luckily they traded me the dick glasses. They took the dick glasses, and I got the glitter, and it was just like, what a wonderful community where you can just trade like that.
Our producer Adam, he does a little bit of painting and artwork
Oh,
on the
cool.
side. He had a piece of artwork commissioned where he just told this guy a bunch of random stuff he wanted done to the art piece, but it's just a bunch of random animals with titties, and I'm just like, okay, cool.
Whoa.
But then we have to record it. When we record in the studio,
Yeah.
we have to cover everything up because we get flagged.
Oh, that reminds me of like, so I used to be a shot girl, where like the girls that hand out the free shots and stuff like that. And we had an event, one time at classy little establishment right off 90 called Lido Lounge. Have you passed it before? Are you familiar?
I'm not really much of a Cleveland person, honestly.
Yeah, Lido Lounge.
I'm lucky I get to
is-
come up here, but
Just Google Lido Lounge.
Lido
and
Lounge?
See what comes up.
also shout out to Lido Lounge, sponsor us.
LIDO. We could not get professional pictures in there to save our life. Oh my god. So I get it. Yeah.
Right, well, you said that you were on TV a few times with your work, among other things.
Well, ones that we know of. So one of the people that I work with is North Coast Promotions, and they had get into it. Anyways, North Coast Promotions was on New Day Cleveland promoting some of the events that they had upcoming, and one of my works was on there, specifically the Bee and Mushroom. So that was pretty cool.
Sponsored by Sugar.
Somebody was kind enough to enter me into the Cleveland Arts Prize. Whoever that person is, thank you, but that application took me flipping forever. So we'll see where that goes. And then I'm also in the Stone Creek Boutique art contest, and voting will start on June 1st on their Facebook page, so check it out. I made the task was to paint a ceiling tile that goes up in their ceiling.
And they're just gonna make a huge mural collage of these.
Pretty much. So
That sounds awesome.
mine is black light and glow in the dark, and obviously, and then I've never done like a cemetery theme, so I did a cemetery theme, and then I took everything that isn't around anymore. So like Book It, Discovery Zone, like 24-hour Walmart, just all the things, and I put them on the gravestones, like RIP. Oh, Jerry Springer. Jerry Springer had like dirt covered over it. It was fresh. My bad. Sorry, Jerry. Sorry for your loss of life.
There'll never be another one like you.
There really won't. There really won't.
Anyways, we've coming up on about maybe an hour here. So
Hey.
let's hear it for our first ever on location interview. This will be upgraded over time, but like I think like other than some editing and cuts, this has been a pretty dope experience.
And the Parasailer, Golden Hour, Lake Erie.
Anyways, if you'd like to, where can everyone find you on socials?
So my Instagram is classy, ClassieCle_art. And then we also have a community Facebook group that's Classy in CLE.
Do you have an official art page, like a website?
Not
Like
yet.
Etsy, no?
No, I had an Etsy, but
I'll take that for what it is.
yeah,
And just never fuck around if Etsy.
yeah, yeah.
I thought about that as
Did
an
you
option.
see my print, my Live, Laugh, Limp Bizkit? I sold the
Yeah.
original, and it was like whatever, 8x8. So I was like, okay, $40, whatever. Well, I didn't know. It's like $3 to list it, right? And then once you take into account like shipping and all their other fees, I only made like $20. Can you believe that? That's like a 50% cut. I was like over a masterpiece, like Live, Laugh, Limp Bizkit.
At that point,
Unreal.
I would just sell my stuff through eBay.
And it's almost like now it's like I feel bad. Like if I see that somebody has something posted on Etsy, I'll like message them. I'll be like, yo, how about you just sell me this on the side and like F your Etsy. So that's good to know, I guess. But yeah.
Yeah, never use Etsy apparently.
But
Who knows?
I'm still learning and growing. So website will come, but we'll see what happens. Yep.
You said it was on hold, but would you like to plug your podcast?
Yes. Podcast is on hold right now, but we will be resuming within the next few weeks here, I think. It's called Cleveland is Not a Real Place. And the Instagram is also CLE is Not a Real Place. And where me and my friend just riff on all things Cleveland.
Yeah, Cleveland's not real. It's just an LLC of LeBron James.
That's a good one. Oh my God, I have to use that.
But yeah, if you guys also want to find me, as always, you can find me at JW Paradox on Instagram. You can find me at Jared Shepard on Facebook, though that might be a little complicated. Or you can just go to my link tree at link.tree/JW Paradox. I think that's the correct one. If not, you guys know what it is. But you'll go ahead and find some of her links and some of our links up at the end of the video. Definitely go check her out. She has a lot of cool artwork.
Thank you.
But yeah, this has been JW Paradox, With all circles, live from Cleveland. Well, not really live, but up in Cleveland. So,
Bye.
peace.
Oh my God, it's great. I love with the parasail.